Hi and welcome back. Today we're doing the fourth episode of Create This Book by Mariah Elizabeth. And for our first prompt, we're going to do create a nature page. It says, make this into a nature page by adding any elements of nature that you think necessary. So I already have my sketch drawn up here, and I'm going to use my watercolors for this one. And I felt like with fall right around the corner, this was the perfect opportunity to get to work with those beautiful fall colors. And when I think of fall, I just think of how nice and relaxing it is and how I like to hibernate and work on my art and just stay inside and try new fall recipes and stay bundled up on the couch in a nice comfortable blanket. So for this prompt, I decided to draw a cute hedgehog family hibernating. And to stick with that nice comforting fall ambiance, I'm going to turn the rest of this video into a nice relaxing time lapse. Okay, and now I just need to add a few more touch-ups and add the prompt. And as you can see, I fixed the carpet in the little library to make it look better. And now I just need to add some smoke to the chimney, and I'm just going to use a mix of white and gray to give that effect. Okay, and here is the final nature page. And now for our second prompt of the day, we are going to be doing create a meal. It says, draw/write about your ideal meal. Don't forget dessert. So I don't necessarily have a favorite meal, but I do really enjoy some good tacos. So I'm going to do that for the meal. And then for the dessert, I'm going to go with brownie a la mode. So I'm just going to draw up my sketch here really quick. And there we have it. And again, I'm going to go in with my watercolors for this one. So for some reason, I was really struggling with that third tortilla. So you'll see me jump back and forth between the three tacos, giving the watercolor time to dry before layering on more colors and before adding all the toppings. But yeah, it was a struggle, but eventually I got to a place that I was okay with. And now I'm just going to add a nice little border around this page to tie it all together. And there we have it, and I added in the prompt and I added a few highlights as well. And now for our third and final prompt of this video, we are going to do create textures. It says fill this page with a variety of different textures. So technically I just did one texture, but I guess if you want to count the paint that I'm going to use as a smooth texture, then I guess you can say textures. But yeah, anyways, I'm just going to take a bowl of water here and some toilet paper and let it soak. And after you let it soak, you're going to rip it up a bunch. And I'm also going to get another little bowl. I can then squeeze out the excess water and put it into that bowl. And then I will put it in a bunch of small individual cups. And here are my cups. And now you're just going to pick out what color paints that you want for each cup. And of course, I'm going to go with a rainbow theme. So once you get all of your paints inside of each cup, you will then mix it with some glue. Once that's all mixed up, you can now start making your design. And of course, I'm going to go with a paint palette. And this was actually a very time-consuming process. As you can see right here, this was real life time. It kept sticking to the tweezers. And of course, I had to try to flatten it as much as I could so that way it wouldn't make my book too awfully thick. But I am going to speed up this process for you. And as you can see, I do have a little bit of a line in between the orange and purple, and that's just because I do some of my prompts on label paper that you would use for shipping mail. So yeah, anyways, I'm now going to add in the outlines. And to make it pop a little bit more, I'm going to add some highlights. Okay, and I feel like it needs a few splats around the page. Now to add the outlines and highlights. And now just to add the prompt. All right, here we have it. So here is a closer look for you and a little bit of ASMR. And now we have created 3 more prompts in this book. We did create textures. We did create a nature page. And we did create a meal. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you'll be notified when I share my next one.